Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make some asparagus. I'm going to throw some of this in the pan. Butter. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some asparagus. We're going to throw it in the pan. And what I want to do is I want to fry it. I love asparagus. Very keto friendly. I like to make them that they're crispy. Now you can see they're already starting to cook. I mean, I don't know if you can see this, but now it's like that color green, which means they're cooking. They're getting softer. I like them fried in butter. Now I am going to throw some garlic in here, but I'm going to throw it at the tail end because remember, garlic will burn. See how wonderful these are starting to look? Okay, now we're going to throw in a little bit of garlic. Since this is about done. Just want to get the garlic flavor throughout. Then from the heat, turn the stove off. Gonna put it on a plate. Absolutely amazing. Okay, folks, mushrooms. We're gonna turn this on high. Gonna need some butter. Probably about that much. Stick it in a pan. Gonna need some mushrooms. Okay, now that this has melted, let's turn the heat down a little bit. I'm going to throw some onions in here. And that should be good. I'm going to let that cook for a little bit. Then we're going to throw some minced garlic in there I did. And we're going to throw some mushrooms in here. So let's just cook this for a little bit. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Just so it cooks a little faster. Okay, the onions are turning a little yellow buttery, which means that they are progressing very, very nicely. Now what we'll do is we're going to throw the mushrooms in here. And we'll stir it for a little bit. Might need a little bit more butter. But just remember, your mushrooms are water, so they will make water in here. So just be careful on how much butter you put in there. Then we're going to add the bourbon. Bourbon is the best. See, in the water that they make, they'll shrink. The mushrooms will shrink, and we want that water to evaporate. So if we keep putting butter in there, they'll get too soft. We want them cooked, but not too soft. That's what we're looking for. Let me show you what we want. You see that piece right here? That's what we want. Looks amazing. So I would say it's almost done. So let's go ahead and throw a little bit of garlic in here. Just for a little bit of taste. Because you can overcook garlic. And we don't want to overcook garlic. Because it gets burnt. See how that looks? Absolutely amazing. Gotta turn the heat down. You don't want that garlic to burn. You can smell the garlic. We love garlic. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna throw a little of this in there. A little bit of bourbon. Sorry about, I don't know, a shot. Now the bourbon will cook off. I love bourbon. You can use any type of whiskey. If you have Jack Daniels, bourbon. You know what's really good in here? It is, let me look over here a minute. It is brandy. Brandy's absolutely wonderful. Now a lot of that cooked off, but a lot of it's there. The smell-o-vision, if you had it, absolutely wonderful. Okay, let's turn this off. Now what we're going to do is we are going to make some steak when the family comes home. We're going to go ahead and make some steaks. I made asparagus earlier to go with the steaks. And what we're doing right now is we're preheating this skillet. So when the skillet gets ready to go, we'll throw the steak in. We'll make sure it's nice and hot. Okay, I flipped it. And I'm going to put his in. And cover it back up. gonna leave that on an additional 2 minutes on my side, 2 minutes on his side, flip his 2 minutes, and his 2 minutes will be done. Then after the steak is done, you want to let it rest. You're going to leave it rest on a plate or a pan, whatever you need to let it rest on. And then you're going to sprinkle some salt and pepper on it. And then it should be done. Okay, mine should be done shortly, and his will be ready to be flipped, I would say, in a minute or so. So I'm looking at the clock. We still have 1 minute to go on mine, which is on the hot side. Again, I did not put anything in this pan. It's making its own fat, its own juice. Okay, now it's 6:01, so 3 minutes on one side, 2 on the other. So mine should be good. Yes. We'll set mine back here, right there. We'll go ahead and take his. We'll flip his, cover it up, leave it on for an additional minute. Again, you're going to let it rest. While it's resting, you're going to throw some salt. And you're going to throw some pepper. Okay, now his is done. We're going to turn the heat off. We're going to open this up. We're going to get his out. And we're going to put his on the plate. This is why this gets so brown, because I use it all the time. Again, we're going to salt his. And we're going to pepper his. And we're just going to leave it sit. You can tell there's juice. You can tell there's juice right here. And then in here, there's juice. See the juice? And the juice is in here as well. Okay. So that will be it. Oh, you can see the juice. He likes his a little bloody. I don't like mine a little bloody. So I always cook these perfect. But we're going to go and check just to make sure that they are the way we want before we do anything with this pan. So let me get a knife and let me investigate. Now, as you can tell, that's really pink. And the back one is nice. Very nice. So his is a little redder than mine. Works out perfect. Okay, there you have it. You have mine, which is just a little pink. I got some mushrooms, some onions. I also have some asparagus. And then you have the husband's. His is kind of more red than mine. And then he has the mushrooms and the onions. All right. So there you have it. Let's see if I can get okay.